Hello, welcome to CBI Community Network Live. My name is Lanre Omotosho. I want to invite you to join me on this broadcast every last Saturday of the month to discuss life in diaspora. We'll be having a series of discussion about the good, the bad, and the ugly of diaspora experience. It is huge. It is big, it is heavy, and I don't want you to miss it. So this is why I am inviting you to join me live on Facebook, on YouTube. Very soon I'll be adding Instagram to it. And more especially, I want you to share this program and call in to make a contribution. I'll be sharing the number to call on the screen as I proceed. So let's get started on the program. You see, the rate of migration from the global south to the global north is not just alarming, it is terrifying. And sometimes, when I think and look at it, I see young, promising, vibrant people relocating abroad. I feel so sorry for countries who take pride in being referred to as third world countries. It's just unfortunate. So this is where, this is not where I'm going actually, but I just want to ascribe some shame onto leaders who feel honored being called rulers and leaders of countries that are labeled underdeveloped, developing, poor, third world, global south, and all sorts of derogatory stereotypes. It is just unfortunate. So on this episode of Live in Diaspora, this is my first episode, so if you are just watching this program, this is the very first episode. You have not missed anyone. But I want you to join me every last Saturday of the month this time, so we can discuss this salient issue. So today I'm focusing on thinking to relocate abroad. A lot of people, especially in Africa today, are so desperate to get visa and just go anywhere just step out of their country. They don't really consider some fundamental questions about what it entails to live in a country that is not yours. And don't get me wrong, please. I'm not trying to discourage you from your desire to travel out or exploring other places or seeking for greener pasture. In fact, I want to encourage you to consider traveling an option if you are convinced that that is where your fortunes lie. I totally understand the hopelessness, the helplessness condition we are facing in most African countries. I see frustration that many of us confront with, frustration of uncertain future. I feel the disappointment that our selfish and shameless, leaders in Africa have subjected us to. I can feel the need to think about, looking for greener pasture. I understand all that. And sometimes we need to take such a decision real quick before it's too late. Besides, traveling is a good thing. Traveling is education. In fact, traveling is exposure, awareness, enculturation, socialization, name it. Traveling is part of life. And it didn't just start. You imagine how we live in the village in those days, and then before we know it, we are relocating to bigger cities. So it is. It helps to widen your potential horizon, explore new opportunities, learn new cultures, get to know different people. So traveling is part of life. So I'm not trying to, to discourage you from thinking to travel, either as a visitor or as a dweller. I want to encourage you to have an experience of other places. Right. So there's no doubt that traveling out is part of life experience. But before you jump into it, I want you to take a listen to me. Join me as I discuss this salient issue. It is big. It is big. Sometimes when I look at the life that many people live in the so-called, host country, abroad, I feel so sorry, but you cannot understand. So making a decision to relocate out of your country to another country that is, totally new to you, or you are totally new to, is a big risk. It's a big risk. And you need to give it a thorough thought. You need to think it so deep. The biggest mistake, I would say, of a lifetime that most people have made in life is the decision to travel out. I know professionals in different very viable enterprises, industries, who have, they have potential, but they made a mistake to travel abroad. And that was the end of their brilliant, glorious, and I will call it, promising career. Again, I'm not persuading you against your desire or your willingness to travel out for greener pasture. I'm only trying to advise you on how to be successful in that decision. So think about the risk you're about to take. This is the first episode, but I just want to give you the foundation of what to expect. Every single last Saturday of the month, I will be bringing, guests, experienced men and women that will share, one thing or the other with us to help, especially if you are just contemplating to take that decision to travel out for greener pasture. And that is why I implore you to subscribe to this channel, share it, let it go viral, because I'm going to be dropping bombshell about diaspora experience. I'm not going to disclose how I plan to go about it, but trust me, this program, I'm going to blow your mind. So today, I want to quickly go to the subject of today. I just have 5 questions. Questions you need to ask yourself while making that decision to travel abroad. Question number 1. What is the prospect of your current occupation in your home country? What are you currently doing? You need to ask yourself this question. Now, I will tell you why you really need to ask that question. You see, many people were just at the edge of breakthrough in their home country, and suddenly they made that mistake of traveling out, and that was it. I know musicians, stars in Africa, who just ruined their career, their musical career, by just traveling out. Many of them are roaming the street, doing, all sort of job over there. So you need to think of the prospect of what you are currently doing. How viable is it? Can you make it in that? So if it's something that, you can make it in, think 2 times before you go somewhere else to start all over again. I know some of my friends who, stayed focused on their job, and they became highly successful, even in their home country. They didn't embezzle money. They just worked for it. So you need to think about, if you are doing something tangible, something that is rewarding, something that is bringing that looks, brighter for you in the future, please think 2 times, actually many times. Question number 2. How old are you? Think about it. Age is one crucial factor that determines your success or otherwise in a foreign land. Think about the opportunity you have, or you may have, as a teenager or youth, in your 20s, 30s, in a foreign land, in terms of job, in terms of career, education, business, versus when you are already declining in age, or maybe you are just descending the ladder of your age. Think about it. I'm not saying that older people cannot travel out. You can. But if you just stay with me on this program, if you just log in with me every last Saturday of the month, I will get there. But you just have to think about that and see how to plan. On this program, I will be talking about how you can plan. I will bring people who have experienced it. I'll bring them to talk to us on this program. So this is why some people, you see them doctoring their age because they want to have more time to work where they are going, because they're already old. But there is a negative impact to that in most advanced countries. You are looking at your retirement age when you have clocked the retirement age, but according to the age you are using, you are still in the workforce. And then what do you gain from there? So remember, again, I'm not trying to dissuade you from planning to travel out, but I'm just giving you certain information hints that will help you in planning for traveling out. Number 3 question: what is your skill set, your potential? I'm not talking about certificate now. I'm not talking about education. I'm talking about your strength. You may end up not using the skills, but you will need it at the initial stage when you just relocated. What do you carry? So whatever skill set you have built for yourself while planning to to travel abroad, we carry the confidence that you need to break through. Those who have something to offer make it faster in their new home than those who have nothing to offer at all. You need a kind of skill set in order to cushion your initial hustles to survive. And I will be talking more about this. It will help you to accelerate the progress of your journey if you are traveling abroad. There are some petty skills that you can learn, hairdressing, hair braiding, and all that. This will help you to at least get your feet on the ground when you are new in a particular setup. A lecturer friend of mine, I remember, while planning to relocate, suddenly went to enroll in a nursing program before she traveled out. As soon as she got to the host country, she sat for the board exam and passed the exam and became a nurse. Even though that is not the dream, but at least she got herself doing something. Pending the time, she continued to develop herself, working on her lecturing career path. So this is one very important piece that I want to borrow you today, to loan you, and don't take it for granted. I want to go to number 4 quickly. Where are you going? Where are you going? Which country are you going? What does the country have to offer you? You see, some people are better off where they were than where they are planning to go. The most worrisome thing about it is how careless some people are making that decision to travel out. In Africa, we are so desperate just to leave the country without considering the outcome of our decisions. It is just so unfortunate. Can you imagine people traveling to war zone countries, battlegrounds, all in the name of wanting to travel out? So you need to know where you are traveling to. What does the country have to offer you? And before I go, I want to tell you the 5th one, and this is the biggest one. I need to ask you, what is your marital status? If you are an adult. If you are single, that's okay. If you are married, that's also okay. I'm not trying to discourage you, but you need to think about, I need to give you some information about. In fact, if there's any reason why I actually started this program, it is based on this question. That is why I said, please subscribe to this channel. Join me live every last Saturday of the month. You will not regret it. It's about you. I know that many of you like comedies. You like, you like to talk about pastors who have impregnated one choir member, or imam that is sleeping with his stepdaughter, or a mango tree that grew out of a potato leaf. All of that, they are good. But this is life. This is your life. Don't waste your time. Join me every last Saturday of the month. I'll be bringing you what I call the bombshell about the life that we spend or we live abroad. I'm not going to go into this one because it's a big one, but it's the 5th question. Because of my time, I will go into it at the next episode. So please, if you're watching me for the first time, subscribe, follow me, leave comments, and most importantly, prepare to call in to share your experiences. If you are abroad or you are planning to get into the diaspora, give me a call, ask me questions, give me suggestions, and I will be more than happy to answer your questions. And you can call me on WhatsApp also. The WhatsApp number to call is 463-2244-827. That number again is 463-2244-827. If you want to call from outside of United States, please don't forget to add +1. I will share more information about the program as we progress, until I bring you another episode of Life in Diaspora. I remain yours, Lanre Omotosha.